Yo, what is up, YouTube? I've actually really never created a sitting down talking video like this, so this does feel kind of weird. Normally all my videos are vlogs, but just kind of wanted to make a life update video to kind of inform y'all, sit down, kind of talk to y'all about what's going on in my life, and maybe even give some tangible advice if any of y'all can relate. So if you notice, I'm not in my normal environment. This probably looks like a totally new place. If you are an OG supporter, then you might recognize this room. This is basically my childhood room where I grew up, and I actually moved back home. Peep the last video. I moved out of my apartment. The reason why I moved out of my apartment is because I'm actually purchasing a home, which is something I'm really excited about. And I'll get more into that a little later. But there's a lot of new things about me that I have not shared yet on any social media platform, and that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about today. So first started with the living situation. I originally, right after high school, I went to UNLV, the college here in Las Vegas, and I stayed in the dorms the first year. I had a single dorm because I'm not really the type of person to want to live with anybody. I have way too much stuff. You see all of these shoes right here. Like, I didn't want all of that type of stuff to be in front of people, and I didn't want to just have to live with anyone. I wanted my own personal space, my own privacy. So first year in the dorms, I lived by myself. The second year, I also stayed in the dorms again. And then for my third year, I actually got a student apartment, which was pretty close to the university that I was going to, so I was able to walk to my classes and all of that. During the whole time, even when I was in the dorms, my goal, right, which I kind of felt like I was being a little bit delusional, but sometimes being delusional is a good thing. But my goal was I wanted to move out right after high school, and I wanted to move directly into a home. Like, once I left for the dorms, I wanted to figure out a way to, get my life started, get things going for me to be able to get my own apartment or even possibly my own home. And so when I first moved into my apartment, it was a shared apartment. I had an apartment with some of my homies. It was a 4-bedroom apartment, and that was really fun, made some great memories. It's kind of sad that I don't live there anymore. I miss my homies for sure. But during my freshman and sophomore year, honestly, pretty much all 3 years for the most part, I had a marketing internship with the WNBA team here in Vegas, the Las Vegas Aces, back-to-back champs. You already know the vibes. But yeah, I had a marketing internship with them, which allowed me to really kind of fall in love with marketing, which is what I majored in college. I went to UNLV for marketing. And so during that marketing internship, I was really able to, get a lot of experience in sports marketing, just marketing as a whole, what actually goes into marketing brands, marketing sports, marketing these different type of things. And I definitely learned a lot. And so coming towards the end of my internship, as I was preparing to graduate, I wanted to work for the Aces. Like, that was my goal. I wanted to work full time for the Aces and doing some sort of marketing. And so there weren't any readily available positions in the marketing department, but there was another position available as a retail operations manager. So I ended up accepting that position recently, which was at the time of me making this video. This is August. I don't know when you're watching the video, but I accepted that position in May of this year, May/June. It was towards the end of May. And I actually am currently still in that role. So I'm the retail operations manager. So I pretty much am in charge of like all of the retail operations, exactly what it sounds like. And so that's actually something that I haven't shared yet. And I can say that I am honestly an entrepreneur at heart. Some days it is really hard, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do to set yourself up, right? To really, put things in place, build a very strong foundation. So another really real reason that really motivated me to accept this position or even seek full-time employment is because of my huge goal of purchasing a home. And so I'll probably make a whole entire other video on this, but when you are looking to purchase a home, you have to show proof of income, right? Nobody's going to give you a loan for $300, $400, even $200,000, right, to purchase a home if they don't know if you're making money, because you have to pay a mortgage. So if you claim self-employed, right, which I would have if I didn't get a job, I would claim self-employed as, social media, all of that type of stuff. You have to show 2 years of consistent income on social media. That was an issue for 2 reasons. One, I had only been on social media as a whole for 2 years. I didn't start making like really good money on social media until like the last year. So I only had 1 year of that. And then 2, the word consistent. So if you are a creator, one thing about social media is it is, somewhat far from consistent. There might be 1 month where you make a lot of money. Like, I'm talking like brand deals is rolling in and the brands got money and they just throwing it at you. Then it might be some months where you might not get a brand collaboration. Now, when you look at the whole entire picture as a whole, it all balances out, and you can make really good money online being a social media content creator, but it's not consistent, right? If you make $100 this month and $0 next month, that's not consistency, and the banks don't like that. that. So that was an issue. And I had this opportunity to be able to accept this role that was paying a high enough salary to be able to purchase a home. And so I accepted it, and here I am today as a retail operations manager. One day I might make y'all let me know in the comments if you want me to make like a day in the life video of a retail operations manager. The days are kind of fun. So if y'all want that video, let me know. Yeah, I've been doing that for 2 months, about 2 months. And this job honestly is the only reason why I'm able to purchase a home. But like I said, I'm here in my childhood home because I moved out of my apartment last month, and now I'm transitioning into purchasing. I've already purchased it, but now I'm in like the closing phase of having to submit a lot of documents and all of that. I'm gonna make another video about that because y'all will not believe the headache and the stress that I had to go through with all this paperwork. And they were asking for the most insane things, like, bro, I don't know the answer to that. Like every small little transaction they were questioning me on. Like, I'm like, listen, I don't sell drugs. I don't know why y'all think I sell drugs, but I don't. So I'll make a whole nother video on that. But yeah, I plan on moving in here in the next week and a half, and there will be a lot of content revolving around that. Some other things, you know, that kind of have changed is now I have a YouTube editor. Shout out Victor. The reason why I got a YouTube editor is because now with me working full time, a lot of my days consist of me actually working, right? So before I got a full-time job, I was able to every single day, all day, just work on my craft, perfect my craft, creating content. But since then, you know, obviously a lot of my time now is dedicated to my job. I have responsibilities. And another blessing, really quick sidetrack about my job, is I'm blessed that it's not an entry-level position, right? So I'm coming in as a manager. So I actually manage a team of people, which is a blessing in itself. That's a lot of times unheard of for someone fresh out of college, as young as I am, becoming a manager. And that also has its advantages and disadvantages, especially in the workplace, being, you know, young, and not only young, being African American and in a leadership role, which I can also talk about that in a whole entire another video. But yeah, that was really a blessing, and I'm learning a lot of valuable skills in terms of management and things as a whole. But yeah, so a lot of my days consist of me actually being at work. So me hiring, you know, a YouTube editor allows me to be able to still create this content and produce it consistently. One of the hardest parts about being a creator, especially when it comes to creating on YouTube, is the actual editing process. So editing, that takes time. Like the vlogs, the day in the life vlogs, those things take time. And a lot of times, you know, that when I wasn't working a job, that was the majority of my day, just editing. But now I don't have the capacity to do that, which is also another learning lesson in itself. You can't do everything. Sometimes it's important to delegate tasks and invest money to be able to continue to expand, right? That's some entrepreneurial sauce. It's only so much you can do alone, right? So that's when you start building a team to kind of help you keep everything going that you got going on. And that's kind of the season that I'm in right now, is just continuing to build and expand my team to be able to grow the Nigel B. Murray brand even bigger, to be able to inspire more people to be able to do bigger and better things. Yeah, that's new there. I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but I have a manager, a social media manager. I'm assigned to an agency, which is one of the best decisions that I ever made. So now all of my brand collaborations and things of that nature are handled through them, pitched to brands, and it's just great. It's amazing. And I highly suggest that for any creators who are up and coming. At some point you will need management, but what I will say is it's better to manage yourself until you can't do it anymore. And the reason why is because, one, it costs money, right? And two, you want to be able to understand the business. You want to understand how these things work, so that when you do sign to an agency or you do hire a manager, you know their tasks and you know how they should be doing this, rather than hiring someone to do a job that you have no clue on how to do. So just for your own safety and to make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of, it's best that you manage yourself until you can't do it anymore, which is what I did. I did it all the way up until I was getting overwhelmed with all these emails and this negotiation, and I finally hired a manager. If you've probably noticed on YouTube and Instagram, I kind of slowed down with the content creation, and that is because of my job, right? It's just, it gets really hard. And any of you out there, college students or anyone who is currently, you know, like maybe unemployed or seeking employment, or you have a lot of extra time on your hands, take advantage of it, right? Like seriously, because once you do start, you know, a full-time position somewhere, what you have to realize is you have to give your most valuable resource to someone else for a fat chunk of the day, right? So time is one thing that no matter how much money you have, we cannot get back, right? Every single second that ticks on the clock, you can't get that time back, right? So today, you got 24 hours today, and you'll never get this specific 24 hours ever again. So it's important to capitalize on it, which I'm glad that I did, right? I feel like there were still rooms of improvement, but I definitely did take advantage of the time that I had when I wasn't working. And it makes you really just think back and be like, dang, I probably could have worked even harder. Even though I was working very hard, you know, I always feel like I can work harder. So take advantage of the time that you have right now. College students, maybe someone who's seeking employment, can't find it yet. Take advantage right now of this time to be able to do what you love, do what you want to do, and build up something, right, that's valuable for you to have a firm, strong foundation. And you know, I feel like everybody kind of sees it around me. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and you know, I don't necessarily plan on, you know, working this job for eternity, right? Who knows? I'm not necessarily speaking into the future, but I do know that, you know, there will come a point in time where I will just strictly be, you know, full-time creator, full-time entrepreneur. But until then, you have to be real with yourself and humble yourself. I literally just posted something on Instagram threads the other day about how a lot of times people are not willing to do what it takes to make it because they're already too good to do it, right? So like the average person in my position would say, I'm not working a full-time job. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that, right? But a lot of times, if you just humble yourself and take a step back, you will be able to put yourself in a position to be a lot more successful. Sure, it's slowing down my content, it's slowing things down, but I'm doing this to build a foundation. This job position allowed me to be able to purchase a home, right? Real estate, the real wealth built. So it's important to be able to, you know, recognize those type of things and understand that, hey, it's okay to do things that you don't want to do. Sometimes that's what you have to do in order to position yourself to be successful or to be where you want to be. That's what I'm doing. Do I want to, is this my dream job? Is this something that I wake up every day and is extremely excited? No. Do I hate it? No. I enjoy my job, but however, you know, I have a strong passion for content creation and for just posting YouTube videos, posting Instagram reels and things of that nature. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I think there's a lot of great learning lessons that it allowed me to get more grit, right? Beforehand, I was waking up at like 6:30. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think my camera SD card just ran out of storage, so I don't know why that just did that. But yeah, like I said, I feel like you know, when I wasn't working, I got a little bit too comfortable. I was waking up at like 6:37, you know, and getting my day started. But now I wake up at 5 in the morning every day. And the reason why is because I need to do something for me before I do something for anybody else, right? First thing I do, I wake up in the morning, I spend time with God, and I get my tasks done. When you go to work, right, which there's nothing wrong with this. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It's really not, because it's a bigger risk, but obviously there's a bigger reward. But before I go to work and help to build someone else's dream, right, to help someone else's mission, to help make someone else money, right, I need to do something for myself, right? So I wake up in the morning, I do things for myself. I build my dreams in the morning, and then I go to work. And then after I get off work, I continue working on myself, right? So honestly, I work 2 shifts every day. 9 to 5, that's 8 hours, right? I put my 4 hours in 5 to 9, right? And then from 9 to 5, I'm working, and then from 5 to 9, right? So I work 2 shifts every single day, one for myself and one for the company that I work with. And it's teaching me a lot of valuable skills. And, you know, I'm just really, really grateful for this opportunity that I'm in to not only expand my skills in management, but also to learn so much about the business, being around high level people, you know, the owner of the Aces, Mark Davis, just all of this. I'm just very, very grateful. And these are skills that I will be able to use for the rest of my life. I am really, really excited to move into my house. This was a huge goal that I wanted to accomplish before I turned 21, which I was able to do. And, you know, it's really crazy to think, because 3 months ago, I didn't even know this house existed. Well, actually, that's a lie. I knew it existed, but I didn't know it was for sale. And if you would have told me 3 months ago that today I would have already purchased it, I probably wouldn't believe you, because I'm like, how is that even possible? I didn't even have a full-time job 3 months ago. So like, it's like, how is that possible? So literally everything from the day I started the job to the day that I got, you know, this brand deal and that brand deal, everything literally lined up perfectly to the day, which I will explain in a whole entire video of how I was able to purchase this home, how much money it cost, all that type of stuff. But yeah, I'm just really, really grateful. And not only am I grateful for all these opportunities, but I'm grateful for all of you guys who continue to, you know, support my YouTube channel and come watch my videos, because without you guys, I wouldn't be in the position that I am today. So yeah, I appreciate it. And trying to see what other updates are there. This video, by the way, is like completely unscripted. This is just literally turn the camera on, sat down, just start yapping. So I apologize for my scatterbrained self. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of in the process of cleaning up my room and just throwing a lot of stuff out, giving away a lot of shoes. If you notice, these are all my shoes. My whole entire room is kind of like dirty right now. Like, everything is all over the place, but that's because we're moving. And what's actually crazy is my parents are also moving out of this home as well. So my parents bought a new house and I just bought a new home, which is kind of like unheard of. That's crazy. And we both bought it in August and we're both moving in August. I lived here since I was in the 1st grade, so I got a lot of good memories in this home. But yeah, I'm giving away tons and tons of clothes, shoes, the stuff that I don't ever wear. So all of the stuff in this room was not in my apartment. I only took a couple, I took a lot of stuff to my apartment, but not all of it. So all these shoes right here never even made it to my apartment. Y'all have never even seen these shoes. And so a lot of the stuff that I just feel like I don't wear, or I just have, you know, I just give it away. Instead of even selling it, I'd rather just give it to someone who might not be able to even get those shoes, or, you know, get this shirt or get those shorts. So yeah, it's a lot of giving away going on. If you live in Vegas, shoot me a DM on Instagram at Nigel B. Murray. If you wear a size 11, 11 and a half, 12, I might have some stuff for you if you want it. But yeah, I'm just really excited for this new season, chapter of my life. And I appreciate you guys being right here along the way, and I'm gonna document this whole entire process. We'll be moving in and all of that, so really excited. And if there are any other topics that you guys want me to talk about, I really do honestly enjoy talking directly to the camera like this. I feel like I don't do it enough, and I feel like I have a lot of advice and knowledge and game to give out. But if there's any other topics, right, whether that's, you know, how I bought my house, more about my job, other ways that I make money, because to be honest, I actually do make more money on social media and just as an entrepreneur than what my job pays me, which is kind of crazy. And that's another reason why I say you have to stay humble. The average person will not do that. They would say, hey, I make more money doing this, but why not do both? Right? I just doubled my income. Well, not doubled it, but almost doubled my income, you know what I'm saying, by getting this job. So anyway, that's, like I said, that could be a whole nother video. But if there's any other topics, any advice, anything you guys want to know, just drop it in the comments in the description. And you know, I will make these videos all day, every day, because listen, one thing about me, I can yap. So yeah, I appreciate you watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one when we in a new crib. Possibly might do a home tour. I'm not sure yet, because now that I'm living there, I don't know if I feel comfortable showing my whole entire crib on the internet, but we'll see. If y'all want the house tour video, just let me know. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.